I feel about as good as I look at the moment. I still have a cold that actually, it was in my head and then it fell into my lungs again, and so of course I'm suffering mightily. But I had some things that I wanted to share, so real is beautiful. This is as real as it gets, people. Uh, excuse me, my hair looks like Tintin, which is kind of cute actually. Okay, so here's what I wanted to talk to you about. There was a thread on the coffee house about loving our bodies and appreciating our bodies for the miracles that they are. And there was a lot of negative commentary about how people were ashamed of their bodies, uncomfortable with their bodies, did not like their bodies. And this is something that really infuriates me as a woman and as a feminist and as someone who was sexually abused as a child, because where that comes from, that loathing for our physical selves, is the fact that our culture objectifies women. We are sexual objects, and if we don't live up to the airbrushed perfection that is presented to us as what is ideal, then we self-loathe. And I think that we perpetrate against ourselves every time we fall for or buy into the idea that we must have a physically appealing presentation, especially a sexually appealing presentation. Our bodies are gorgeous because they are, well, the only ones we have. This is it. This is all you get. And it's what allows you to do your work in the world. And that's enough reason to love it. That's enough reason to embrace it and love it. But if you're buying into, I'm almost losing my voice, sorry. If you're buying into the idea that you must fit some kind of template or size or ideal that has been perpetrated against us by media and especially pornography, then you are part of the problem. And that's what I want to say. You need to heal that part of yourself ASAP, because young women are watching you, and they're watching the way you complain about whatever, your fat ass, your thunder thighs, your saggy boobs, your stretch marks, your body. And when young women watch you complain about your body, you're actually abusing them, plain and simple. So I know this is harsh. I know I may not get love letters for this, but it needs to be said. When you do not love and respect your body, you are teaching younger women who are looking up to you to disrespect and loathe their bodies. And that is a very powerful form of abuse. You're passing on an oppression that doesn't belong to us. We can reject it, and the way that we can reject it is by refusing to buy into the bullshit that we're fed, that we must look a certain way to be loved or appreciated or accepted. And you need to stand up against that, even if the person doing that to you is you. So I have an exercise that I want to teach you. This is going to be really hard for some of you, but I want you to get a handheld mirror, just like this one, and I want you to practice looking into your eyes. This is really hard. This is not easy. But I want you to practice looking into your own eyes, and just start there. Just start by looking into your own eyes. And you're going to find it very difficult. You have been taught to look at yourself in a certain way. And looking into your own eyes is not the way you've been taught to look. You have been taught to look for your flaws. You've been taught to look for the things that aren't working. So I want you to stop looking at your flaws and stop looking at your wrinkles, stop looking at your saggy boobs or your fat butt or whatever, and I want you to look into your own eyes. And if you can practice that for a couple of minutes a day, you're going to find yourself softening toward yourself. So you start out just by looking into your own eyes. And then I want you to smile into your own eyes. So once you can actually stand to look into your own eyes, then I want you to practice actually smiling at yourself as though you are your best friend, as though you are someone special in your life. Now, I know this seems kind of woo-woo and sort of, Oprah, but really, this is a powerful way to get past that inner voice that tells you that you're not beautiful. Everyone's beautiful when they're smiling, right? So start just by looking in your own eyes, and then move from that to smiling at yourself, and then I'll come back after we've practiced this for a little while with a couple of more mirror exercises that you may find helpful. So yes, harsh. I don't mean to be mean, but I have to tell you, it is frustrating for me to hear women speaking of themselves in disparaging terms, because that means that the oppression has won over you, that you are, instead of a survivor, standing strong in your truth, which is that your body is the only thing that you have that you can never leave or lose until you die. Your body is your possession. Your body is the thing that gets you from point A to point B. It's the only vehicle you have in this world. And if you're loathsome toward it, if you're hateful toward it, you are abusing yourself. And not only are you abusing yourself, but you're abusing the women who are watching you do it. Because what you're saying about your body, I mean, there are women out there who are bigger than you, whose boobs are saggier than you, whose wrinkles are deeper than you. So when you're speaking that way, publicly especially, about yourself, and there are women who have what they might consider even bigger flaws, how do you think they feel? How do you think they feel? I personally do not feel in any way impacted by somebody else's assessment of their bodies, except that it infuriates me to see women treat themselves that way. Infuriates me. But I don't say, well, she's thinner than me. If she feels that way about her body, how much she feel about mine, I don't go there. But a lot of women do. A lot of women do. Now, we all need to be responsible for ourselves. We all need to be responsible for how we interpret the actions of others. We need to have strong boundaries. And I'm not saying that, God, I'm so out of breath from this cold. You have no idea. I'm not saying that, that we should not say those things to accommodate other people's woundedness. I'm saying that we are abusing ourselves and we are abusing others, and we should opt for gentle ways of being with ourselves and with others. So just think about that. The next time you want in public to talk about yourself in a disparaging manner, consider how you may be impacting the women around you, especially the younger women. If they hear you talking about yourself that way, what message are you sending? What kind of role model are you? Love yourself, man. The sexiest thing in the world is confidence. That is the sexiest thing in the world. The sexiest thing in the world is knowing that your body, whatever shape it's in, has the power to make the blood boil. And your intelligence is just as sexy as your tits and ass. You are like ice cream. It doesn't matter what flavor ice cream you are, somebody is going to want that ice cream. Somebody is going to appreciate that ice cream. So think of yourself as, whatever, chunky chocolate, rocky road, you are ice cream. There's no such thing as bad ice cream. No such thing. So love yourself, practice, see how it goes. And stop being mean. God, you're being mean to my sister. Stop it. Stop it. All right, that's it for me. I'm going to go have a nap.